Okay. I think I'm ready. Yeah. As you can probably tell since I'm in creative mode, yeah. The world just is not stable at all. I didn't actually change my game mode to creative. It did this on its own. I logged onto the world. I was in creative. I only had the 2 books that you start with. And yeah, so even though everything is still here, uh, things like this, all my tools and whatnot, they're gone. For some reason, I still have my knowledge and I'm still completely sane. But yeah, it's the sad truth about modding is that you have to put up with risks, and sometimes you have to know when to give up on something. This is one of those things I have to give up on, sadly. But I am going to do one last thing, a base tour, and if anyone has suggestions for last minute things they want me to do, I would love to hear them. So anyway, I think we should start with where we began actually, which is this right over here. This is where Spawn was. As you can, if you've been watching the series, you'd remember that this is right up here is where the tree would be. Top of the tree was originally. I remember over here used to be where the nether portal used to be. We had some water, a bunch of chests, memories. And over here we still have the gravestones from when I unintentionally took the bro gang to the void. So that's an unfortunate event. We still have a lot of duplicator trees that we only used for Awakened Draconium, oddly enough. I never got around to using it for anything else. This is where I used to have Botania set up. This was actually relatively recently. Still have it kind of set up, but I moved all the Botania stuff all the way out over here, which I still haven't finished anything over here, so that'll remain unfinished till the end of time. Obviously we got our classic endless charcoal setup. I actually noticed in the book that the overgrowth grass, we could have changed, it doesn't, it makes it so that the day blooms and nightshades don't decay and other plants don't decay on them that would. We did make a lot of mana though with this setup, so mana that we're never going to use. And right next to it I have my berry bush farms and the arena where we fought Gaia. And now, if we go down here, we actually passed up this central area, which, if anyone remembers, this used to be where our smeltery was originally, and that's what this area was originally supposed to be for, was just for the smeltery. I had way different plans back then. I never actually even completed filling in all these little downstairs rooms. I only got one done. Which takes us to a really recent area I built actually. I want to call it a pet room, but I feel like that'd be insulting these people. And the girlfriends. Okay. Joking aside, yeah, I even decorated this room. I forgot about that. Yeah, this area, the central area, is actually here before. It's this was the garden that fuels the altar, the witchery altar. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it fuels the altar above. Other than that, I had a pool for the dragons, and I add this long carpet for them as well, for all the pets. And now, if we just go on over here, we'll come across my favorite area, the Thaumcraft area. Which looks like never cleared out that recipe. I spent a lot of time in this area extracting this. This area used to be filled with just jars upon jars of Essentia until I decided to finally make some Essentia storage. And now we have, admittedly, not as much Essentia as I would have liked. I still want more. we wouldn't even use it, and I still want more Essentia. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is also a bit of the area where we did some blood magic stuff. Sorry, wrong button. Still have this area set up. I meant to take it down a long time ago and set it up in that area, but never did. And of course, who can forget my Meekin? Is by far the most delicious thing ever. In fact, I'm gonna just quickly lick it and see how it tastes. Oh, okay. Maybe don't lick aged ham. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I think I'm good. Anyway, here is my, I think this was actually my first, real decorative build I made, was for this altar area, and, yeah, really proud of it. Obviously, we're not seeing everything here. Wait, can I? Oh, we'll pretend I didn't do that. I didn't know you could break those in creative. Those are warded, in case you're wondering. So, if we look in here, you can see it's a big room of crystals. Oh, and there's my smelter, by the way. It's not actually that impressive. We'll go over there later. Obviously, also, I've been terraforming around the place as well. I didn't originally plan on doing proper terraforming, I don't think. I just sort of wanted pathways in the sky going any which way I wanted. But then I decided it'd be best to. Up here is the blood magic area, which we are very familiar with. I come here often. Actually, I guess I don't come here that often on camera. I like to stand on top of things in my world. Oops. Yeah, whatever. That. Oddly enough, not that, though. It's a little too high. Obviously, we have our ritual that's killing the ants, and yeah, and obviously, I automated it. So yeah, and if we just accidentally go and break our legs, we will find another ritual down here, a pool of water which I've been using throughout the series to get ice. I just remembered. This mountain I made here used to have a demon portal in it. Which reminds me, I'm going to have to go to the other, the red ant dimension, because we did something there as well. Obviously, the next place to go. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the fountains I made. Obviously, that one was just there for my celium and witch water purposes. But this one used to be a mob farm, in case anyone forgot. Huh, that's weird. Okay. But yeah, up here, where this orb is now, it used to be a mob farm. Speaking of which, here's our energy core with 2 trillion RF in it. I can go ahead and just turn that on to extract. Alright. Alright, over here, we obviously have our dragon egg lanterns, or, not lamps. Funny story about this thing. I noticed that there was a moth. Oh, right. I just remembered. So, why this is even here, this torch, is there used to be, my old power system was throwing generators, and I had a row of compressors on it with using lava to power them, obviously. I was using the cobblestone gen I was using to make the lava to make some compressed cobblestone, which, as you can see, I've slightly improved upon that since then. And this torch is all that remains. The memories. I wish I could do editing for these, but not experienced enough. Sorry. So yeah, the funny thing is I noticed that moths kept flying up to the torch. So what these were originally, see, this is netherrack. I was originally going to make these flaming pillars, and for some reason I decided to make them archways instead, and then it just became this random structure. Obviously, here's our machines. This is where our Emmy system originally was. I obviously have a lot of machines. I'm not going to explain every single one. In case anyone's wondering, this is how close we got to the singularity, or not, is it a singularity? I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, the infinity catalyst. So this is what we would have needed: 2 stacks of each item, aside from this one, which is reusable. And we have this much. So yeah, we had a ways to go. So over here we have some machines. This produces our stone brick. This place produces gravel, sand, and dust. It's only producing sand right now, though. And this was specifically for getting draconium. This entire setup right here. This is where I would have set up my singularity farm. I actually remember how much of a pain making this river was. But I think I did it off camera, so you guys didn't know about it. So it's whatever. Obviously, here's my farm. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, this farm has been here since, I think actually since I built this area initially. I added this farm pretty early on. So this farm has been here since before the terrain has been here. Long before any terrain was here. So, yeah, that's a fun one. Obviously, this one is just made in with that, so that was new. This farm, however, is actually pretty old as well. Not quite as old as that. I kept the strolling generators for way too long. I originally was going to make this into a massive area where I had one farming station maxed out for every single magical crop in the game. Possibly going even further than that, but it's just been made into a steak factory, which powers our entire base. Obviously over here is a more recent addition with that makes fences, which was for the Cactus Farm, which, yeah, that's the saddest thing I'm going to abandon. We also lost an hour of work on that, by the way. There's this thing, which is our Wither Farm, which we absolutely did not need a Wither Farm for Nether Stars, since we could use the Mothra spawners to make a Mothra Farm. Alright, over here, this mammoth has been here for quite a while as well. Not as long as some of those things over there, but it's been here a while. As you could probably tell. Oh, right, I'm not wearing gem armor. If we just quickly fly up here. Okay, hold on. Draconic. Let me just get some draconic armor. Where is it? Flight speed, vertical acceleration, and lock flight. There we go, that's better. So, up here is our pillar, which we actually got pretty far. I think this is, actually I think this might be the 12th layer it's working on right now. So, yeah, this has been going at it for a while. Remember, there's 256 octuple compressed cobblestone blocks in every layer. So, yeah, that's been at it for a while. Alright, I think we're down to the last things in our main base. This was a very recent build that I don't think I ever explained. Hold on. Let me just take that off. I don't think there was any purpose to this. I just felt like, because you'll see that I didn't put anything on these two either, and there was 3 empty spaces down there. And since it was coming so close to the end of the series, I just started building things for the sake of building things. I'm going to go ahead and call this the Mana Core. And pretend that there's lots of lore behind it, because there's a lot of similar colors to it around. Yeah, totally. It's just a pretty structure. But yeah, so it's pretty. And the last area is actually over here. Obviously we have our happy Kwanzaa thing, which I'm still not sure if this is culturally offensive or if this is fine. Need to look into that, actually. I decided to build a playset really recently, actually. Like, these are all things that I've been doing because I've been bored. I put up a Christmas tree, Christmas wreath, a menorah for Hanukkah, some candy canes, a gingerbread house, and a snow globe. And, of course, mistletoe. Better avoid that. Apparently I'm sleeping. Oh yeah, rip our golem butler. He died early on during an AFK, or not early on actually, pretty recently, now that I think about it, during an AFK session. And outside, obviously, there's the Silverwood Forest, where I planted all my Silverwood trees. Whew. I keep forgetting how big my base is. Every single one of these being one with a node in it, so it created a magical forest. Obviously, this is our main witchery area. We didn't really get that deep into witchery, sadly. But, you know, we do have a pretty strong altar, all things considered. And all these are now attuned. I did that, by the way. I don't know if I showed you guys that. I don't think I did it on camera. Over here we have our wands. All except for one that we've used, being one of the ones we've lost to the tool bag. Wish I could go over that. Actually, technically I can. Oh, right, because in this world, okay, so in this world I haven't lost an hour's worth of progress. But in the backup world, it was made before I did the progress, so... And these sort of instability issues have been progressive and been getting worse and worse as the series goes on. That's why I have to end the series soon. Oh, apparently I still have some nodes in jars over there. Not to mention that. I think that's everything for the main base, though. So let's put on... Let's charge up our armor and go out. Here is the end. Apparently we're visiting the end now. Okay. Which we actually haven't done much. We haven't even fought the Elder Guardian. All we've done in the end is made a platform and then left. I mean, Wait, did an Ender Dragon... Oh, that's right. I actually had to spawn an Ender Dragon because for some reason there was no Ender Dragon. Alright. There we go. Alright. Yes, I forgot about that. Ender Swiss. This is where I farmed dragon hearts and ender portals, or ender dragon eggs. Dragon egg, sorry. So, yeah. Alright. Then we have structures, creatively named, which is just where I was spawning all the different structures. If we go around, we don't want to get too close to that one. That is where we got our royal gear and our royal sword, which I would show you, except I can't. Not in this world. I could pull out the backup and show you the bag, and I might do that later. Maybe not, though. Alright. Anyway, after structures, we have our small rubber tree farm. Which actually, as you can tell, the map shows I explored this area before. Because I did actually use the backup, and that's how I knew it was wrong. Yeah. Oh, let's see how deep this one goes. Ooh, this one's probably the deepest one yet. Yeah, that's 135. Wow. Anyway. So, obviously we have one over here. I don't think I'm going to explore it all. What is that? I don't know what that is, but whatever. Oh wait, no, I know what that is. That's a zombie spawner with a hay statue. But yeah, we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we were missing 1 to have 10 trees. Shame. And then obviously, let's see. The last thing in the overworld, which was what I was planning on doing first, is the Cactus Farm. Which, you know, it's a pretty small cactus farm. It's pretty modest. Yeah, I didn't ever get close to finishing this, and I don't think I ever would have. This cactus farm was doomed, just like every cactus farm I've tried to make at this size before it. Just doomed to fail every time I attempt this project. There's always one problem or another. Anyway, I think that's it for the overworld. Twilight Twilight Forest isn't actually that interesting. I didn't actually build anything there. It's just the Twilight Forest. The Nether is... I do have a platform I guess I can show you. And all the butterflies, apparently. Ow! Never mind her. That's irrelevant. So... I don't even know what this was for. But here's some bushes, and that's about it. That's all this place is. I put down a magnum torch because I didn't need hostile mobs anymore. But I still needed the nether. Alright, the Erebus is, aside from one place, the Erebus is just the Erebus, and we're going to that one place now. Which is my Emmy system. And a random farm. I still don't know why I put this here. Or this. I think I was gathering mushrooms, and I think this was for corn, but I don't know why they're next to my Emmy system. So, I will just go through a little bit of what's going on in my Emmy system. So obviously we have P2Ps that go to different things, including this one, which isn't doing anything. But as you can see, yeah, we have quite a few channels being used. Not as many as I had anticipated for, obviously. I don't think I will ever use that many channels. We obviously have our 64 crafting stations. This goes back to the overworld. I forgot to explore the underside of my base, so you know, that's something we get to do later. We also have our Emmy Drives, which all of these ones on this side are just normal storage for items. These 8 are Essentia, and these 8 are Fluid. These ones aren't doing anything at all. Obviously, we have all of our auto crafting set up with interfaces and the different crafting. Our obligatory tower of molecular assemblers and ME interfaces, which somewhere there is... see? Yeah. Obviously, though, I don't just put things in there. I use... where is it? The interface terminal. Oh, right, yeah, I have that set up as well. We can auto-craft these. I don't know if I showed you guys that yet. It's not as interesting as you'd think. You just put a pattern in here and then say, I don't know, put that in there. You can say, oh, I want this. Obviously, it's only going to show you that, but you can select between them. Yeah, just destroy that. And, oh yeah, obviously we have storage, and storage buses connected to our deep storage units, which this is a really recent thing I did, so I'm not going to go over that much. Oh yeah, also, for corn, I planted a farm here. The ore spawn insta farm, that's a good way in Skyblock to get the farmable goods. I didn't realize it can go through bedrock. Alright, anyway. I didn't get anywhere near to filling up the original 3 drives, by the way, which is crazy to think about. So, the last thing on the tour, and probably the last thing we're doing, unless anyone wants to speak up now, is going down and underneath to the ugly side of the base. I forgot to mention, this, where this obsidian is where the Eldritch Portal used to be. I destroyed it because I was getting tired of the constant attacks. Obviously, we have applied running all over the base, as you've seen earlier. This one giving us access to Essentia directly to the altar. This one giving us access to, well, you guys have seen it before during the playthrough. Alright, I don't feel like explaining every single intricacy. Ah, yes, this. I've tried... This is... Ow, ow, ow! I had done so much different things with this farm. But this is just a generic mob farm where we put a Ender IO spawner in. And actually, I think, aside from looking at the ugly bottom of this base, mostly ugly, I think we're done. Unless anyone wants me to do something else. Oh wait, there is one more thing I forgot to mention. That no one seems to have noticed. I don't know why. But, all my logs are sideways. All the logs in my base, every single one, they're sideways. No one's noticed. I have never touched them past the point. Oh, great. And not just the logs, but things like blocks of quartz, those are sideways. And actually, admittedly, that's all the only other thing is. Aside from trees from the tree farm, every other log, sideways. Every single log. These are sideways, 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 these are sideways. Oh wait, I think I did miss a few downstairs, though. I'm not gonna change that. I can't believe no one's noticed that. Or maybe you noticed and just didn't say anything. Then again, no one really watches these videos. Very few people do. It doesn't surprise me. Perhaps you guys noticed and you just didn't want to say anything. But it's whatever, it's whatever. I'm getting... Okay, these spiders are driving me insane. Any suggestions, last minute suggestions on what to do? No? Well then. That is it then. I do have plans for future series. But for now, that is it for Nostalgic Skies. Thank you all so much for watching the series. I hope you have enjoyed it. And until next series,